And today, as usual, it's time for us to look at the maritime and border industry. My name is Prince Chilaka, and with me is
Dili Utomi. You are all welcome to the Maritime and Border Show here on 90.3 FM, Voice of the People. We have a whole lot to talk to you about today, and we have a guest with us in the person of Mr. Pius Ujubono. Mr. Ujubono, you're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We are going to talk about a few issues, particularly bordering on the introduced customs, new customs platform application called Bodogu. We are doing an appraisal of its performance over the past 9 months, and a few other things that we talk about in the maritime sector. But before then, Francis has to give us the news in the week.
the news that made the items that made the round of the news in the week.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get started. During the week, Maritime Police AIG Yusuf Garba gets new posting as Oko resumes duty. AIG Musa Yusuf Garba and immediate past Assistant Inspector General of Police AIG of the Maritime Police Command has been transferred to the FCID Annex in Kaduna, according to the Nigerian Police Force Systematic Order. Police Public Relations Officer ASP Adebayo Rashid issued the statement on September 8, 2025 from the Maritime Police Command Headquarters in Lagos. According to the statement, during his tenure as AIG Maritime, Garba demonstrated exemplary leadership marked by innovative initiatives, strong collaborations, and a deep commitment to personnel and welfare. So we're wishing the new entrant good and working environment, and we hope that he would, add to where his predecessor left behind.
Yes.
All right. Dock workers unveil new unit at ABTL. The Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria and its dock workers branch have officially inaugurated a unit under the Apapa Bulk Terminal Limited, ABTL, in Apapa, Lagos recently. According to a statement, the inauguration was witnessed by the leadership of the union, inclusive of members of the Seafarers branch, in solidarity with the ABTL unit at the union's National Secretariat, Lagos. The elected executives of the new unit are Comrades Adebayo Ayodele, Chairman, Chibuzo Orakpa, Vice Chairman, Ganiu Olumuyiwa, Secretary, while Sunday John is Assistant Secretary. Nigerians will pay 500 naira tax on every 10,000 petrol purchase from January 2026 under the new tax law. Even though there has been a lot of debate on it, and the government has come out to say that the law is not coming effective in January, but it's at the discretion of the minister. And then a lot of us are asking if it is the minister who decides what time to implement it. It means that the minister can wake up tomorrow morning and say, okay, it is time to implement it. But the truth of the matter is that the Nigerian government has said it will introduce a new petrol consumption tax starting from 2026. Let's not put January as not to create problems. This means that Nigerians will pay a 5% levy equivalent to 500 naira for every 10,000 naira spent on petrol. The measure is designed to discourage fossil fuel use and encourage citizens to adopt cleaner energy sources. The tax will be collected at the point of purchase and will not apply to kerosene, cooking gas, compressed natural gas, CNG, or other clean energy alternatives. Government officials say the revenue will be channeled into climate change projects and renewable energy initiatives. And then
my brother, to me, I think this is like putting the cart before the horse. You want Nigerians to start using alternative to petrol. Have you created those alternatives?
It's for me. It's not even about the alternative. It's the fact that each time government wants to bring in policies that affect directly at the ordinary man, the ordinary Nigerian, the poor masses who are already beaten, below every other strata, they keep telling you, we're going to channel it into projects,
Particular area.
infrastructure, education, and yet, the ordinary Nigerians are not beneficiaries. So it leaves a lot to be, wondered. As you know, Nupeng and Dangote refinery, they've been going back and forth. Yes, but Nupeng still insists. They accuse Dangote refinery of using free petrol delivery as great gift to Nigerians. The Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, Nupeng, has sharply criticized the Dangote refinery's plan to distribute petrol directly to filling stations, warning that the move is a great gift aimed at undermining workers' rights and monopolizing Nigeria's downstream sector. The refinery announced on Thursday, 11 September 2025, that it would begin free nationwide delivery of petrol to retail outlets in 11 states starting Monday, which is supposed to have start tomorrow. But Nupeng, in a strongly worded statement on Friday, 12th September, alleged that the initiative was a strategic play to sideline petroleum truck driver employees and weaken the union. Nigerians should not be deceived by the offer of free nationwide delivery of petroleum products to dispensing stations. It is a great gift to ensure that other employers of petroleum truck drivers are unable to employ drivers, so that only those employed by the company who are forced to join the Direct Trucking Company Drivers Association will remain in employment. Everything is targeted at crushing Nupeng and its PDT branch, the union said. And then everybody asking, why? I have always known, and people have always insinuated, that Dangote operates more where there is monopoly. He enjoys monopoly.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Yes, and so people are asking, is this also part of his plan to monopolize the oil downstream sector?
I think it goes both ways. Of course, we know that Dangote loves monopoly. And monopoly actually is not good for any kind of economy, because over time the prices go up. But again, looking at it critically again, this thing about union, Nupeng and PTD, they are trying to battle it out with him. I read an article somewhere that says that for every tank of petrol, Nupeng gets, I think, 1 naira, or is it 10 naira from each truck, as a mandatory amount that they must get for any fuel that they deliver. And that is what they are looking at. It's about, people are arguing that it's about their own economic interests and not about the welfare of members.
Now, I think it's more about unionism. It's about, like you and I would say, we've said severally that Nigerian Labour Congress has been, they've been caged, because you don't see them talk when they're supposed to talk. So, but whatever it is, I think that between Nupeng and Dangote, they must realize that the Nigerian people matter a lot. So whatever they're doing, whatever politics they're playing, they should put the Nigerian people in the forefront. So,
Mr. Ojubu, do you have any opinion on this particular issue?
The economy that we're running is more or less like an economy that belongs to a group of interests. If you notice that majority of the decisions being taken now is not taken in the general interest of the public. It is targeted at one economic interest or the other. You understand me? It's more on personal interest, personal financial gain, as opposed to the general interest of and the protection of the consuming public. Okay. Because why I would like to stand with Nupeng is because over time they have handled the issue of they have been in that logistics arm of the fuel distribution, and they are the group of people that know every nook and cranny of all the filling stations we have, especially those in remote areas. What quantity of fuel does Dangote refine? What quantity does Dangote churn out in a week or in a day? What percentage of Nigerians can their products serve? If they are talking about 11 states, we are 36 states. And then we start small and end up monopolizing everywhere. You know what happened with us and Dangote about petrol and even cement.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. Deployments within Customs Command. Following recent strategic deployments by the Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi. Deputy Controller General of Customs, DCG Charles Obi, has charged Zone A officers to uphold the leading standard which the zone is known for. DCG Obi, who was recently appointed to the rank, said this during his official handover as Zonal Coordinator of Zone A on Friday to Assistant Controller General Mohammed Babandede at the zonal headquarters in Ikeja, Lagos State. DCG Obi, who is now in charge of Finance Administration and Technical Services, FATS, at the Custom Headquarters, said, Zone A has always been special to me, and I believe it holds a unique place in the heart of every customs officer who has served here. Also, Controller Joe Anani has officially taken over as the Customs Area Controller, CAC, of the Ports Terminal Multi-Services Limited, PTML, Command. He succeeded Assistant Controller General Tenny Mankini Daniel, whose tenure was marked by significant advancements in trade facilitation and anti-smuggling operations. Comptroller A.B. Jaja has taken over as the new controller of the Eastern Marine Command, Nigerian Customs Service, assuring legitimate traders of his commitment to facilitating trade and collaboration. Comptroller Aliyu M. Alkali has taken over as the 26th Customs Area Controller of Area 2 Command of Nigerian Customs Service, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. During the handover ceremony, Alkali pledged to ensure compliance with trade regulations, facilitate legitimate trade, collect revenue for the federal government, and ensure public safety. There's another news that is making the rounds, and it's not a sweet one, but let's look at it. It says Johnson & Johnson to exit Nigeria amid economic challenges. Global healthcare giant Johnson & Johnson Innovative Medicines is planning to shut down its operations in Nigeria due to the country's worsening economic climate. The decision is attributed to soaring inflation, foreign exchange scarcity, rising production costs, and unpredictable government policies, which have made operations unsustainable. The company's departure is expected to leave a significant gap in the healthcare supply chain, potentially limiting Nigerians' access to essential medicines in oncology, immunology, and mental health spaces. Johnson & Johnson Innovative Medicines has been a vital supplier of pharmaceutical and medical products to the Nigerian market.
That's very terrible one.
Yes,
another blue chip company leaving the country. It's terrible.
And then you ask those who advise Mr. President will tell you the economy is beautiful, everything is rosy, everything is working well.
Yeah.
And businesses are shutting down. So it's either somebody is telling us lies, or somebody is just being economical with the
Obviously,
truth.
businesses are not doing well. A whole lot of businesses are distressed, but government officials are telling us otherwise, and it's mere politics that they are playing We know that for sure. We feel it. We know it.
All right, still on the tax issue. You know, this new tax law is pricking Nigerians because every day you wake up, you hear something new coming out from there. The federal government has announced that starting from January 1st, 2026, Nigerians and non-residents will not be able to open or operate a bank account without a tax identification ID.
Number. Yeah.
The new tax rule contained in the Nigerian Tax Administration Act 2025 was signed into law by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on June 26, 2025. The act also makes a tax ID compulsory for insurance, stock market transactions, and contracts with federal and state governments. According to the new rule, every taxable person must register with the relevant authority to obtain a tax card. Questions. People are asking questions. The woman who sells banana by the roadside, the cat pusher. It also means that the area boys will also have to
Open bank account.
Yes, because if anybody transfers money into your account, you need to access the funds. So if you don't have a tax ID, how do you access your funds? So it's food for thought, but I think Nigerians have been taxed enough right now. We understand the feelings of government that those who are meant to pay tax are not paying, especially rich Nigerians. They're not paying taxes. But I think we need a human face in ensuring that the policies of this government is sustained. It needs a human face. All right, so interestingly, the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, arrested 3 drug kingpins and seized the 5.3 billion Australian bond cocaine. An international organized criminal group, IOCG, operating between Nigeria, United Kingdom, Brazil, Australia, and the United Arab Emirates, has been smashed by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, who in a 2-week-long intelligence-led operations across parts of Lagos arrested 3 leaders of the cartel. They were arrested after intercepting large consignment of cocaine concealed in textile materials and local charms going to Sydney, Australia at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. The unraveling of the drug syndicate began on Tuesday, 26 August 2025, after NDLEA officers at the export shade of the Lagos airport intercepted 76 cartons of textile materials going to Sydney, Australia. A thorough search of the shipment led to the recovery of 16 big blocks of cocaine weighing 17.9 kilograms, hidden in the lace materials packed with local charms to provide spiritual cover against law enforcement detection. A freight agent, a member of syndicate, Olashopo Michael Oladimeji, was the first to be arrested. The consignment was expected to fetch the syndicate an estimated street value of over 5.3 Australian dollars, equivalent of 5.3 billion. Jeez, this is something else. I mean, for me, I'm in support of anything that will be done by government, by individuals, to curb the menace of drug abuse in our society.
It is so terrible, the level of drug abuse within the Nigerian society. It's little kids in primary school and in secondary school, a whole lot of them are addicted. And things like this also go to tarnish the image of the country a whole lot. We thank God that the security agencies are working tirelessly to unravel such things and then curb the issue of drug trafficking and the drug use within the country.
All right, so listeners, this is an interactive program. As you know, this is the Maritime and Border Show. My name is Prince Chilaka.
My name is Dele Utomi.
So you can reach us on our numbers 0700 903 903 903.
0817 175 6338.
And 0803 6929933. Once more, we're still on VOP 90.3, and I'd like to welcome our guest, Chief, if I'm right, Ujubono Pius. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Let me start with you. Everybody's been talking about Biodogu, and the CG of Customs has come out to tell us that it is our own, innovative. It's purely Nigerian. But the question I have to ask is, if it is purely Nigerian as we want to be made to believe, why is it that since its launch 9 months down the line, it is still having hitches here and there, and that this hitches, as we know, is affecting those who are meant to benefit from it, in terms of the clearing agents who are complaining that the hitches is making them incur more cost in terms of demurrage and all of that. So, sir, you are part of the system. What do you think went wrong? Or what do you think should be done to correct what is on ground?
Well, the CG, Bashir Adewale, as far as I know and understand, from whatever concept, whatever informed the conception of Biodogu, has expressed nationalism. Anybody who is thinking about how to nationalize ideas, how to improve conception of ideas, and programs that will improve the technical know-how of the people, I guess the person is thinking towards his thoughts is in the right direction. But before any new elementary training on teaching, he says any new venture requires careful planning. Before you go into any new venture, you must look at it holistically. The benefit that is going to be derived from it, the route you are going to take towards the benefit, the losses you are going to incur in the process, then the palliatives that are going to be down the line when you start the program and the initial teaching problems arise. How do you cushion the effect of some of the things that are going to be beyond human control? So Biodogu, as we see, was conceived and almost styled after what NICES we had. It's just an improvement of the NICES, you understand? The only thing is that it's not going to be a contract given to a consultant. This time around, customs are going to be in charge from beginning to the end, from the back end to the front end. That it's going to be manned at least 80% or thereabout by Nigeria Customs Service. Even if they will bring in consultancy, it will be minimal. So the three major areas that I look at that I have not seen customs present is: one, we are starting this program. The people who are going to consume this program, do they know the meaning of the program? Were they in the picture before you conceived? How did they know anything about it? The answer is no. Majority of them woke up one morning and heard that we are going to build. I mean, in the first place, many people didn't even know the meaning of Biodogu. They were just talking about modernization, and all of a sudden the package now came out as Biodogu. And the initial reputation Biodogu has was problem. Because when they started it I think the pilot program began at PTML. For nearly 60 to 70 or even 90 days, trade was almost at a halt because there was no transition. It was just almost an abrupt change from what you did yesterday to something new. From M you had yesterday, you can no longer operate today. Yeah, you understand. So the problem of migrating from where you are to another it was more or less like an automatic. It was like a suicide. So as the way we are looking at it, as much as I agree that we will have to develop our own package and program to be homegrown, you understand me? But it has to be planned in such a manner that the problems is throwing up will be able to be contained. The issue the problem it's bringing, as far as I know, as far as I see, and if nothing is done, what customs try to stop by developing that will even aggravate smuggling, because the level of losses importers have incur in the process is monumental. Shipping companies are not shifting grounds on demurrage. Terminal companies are not shifting ground on storage rents. Some importers cannot even clear their goods when the demurrage accumulate, sometimes even beyond more than the cost of the value of the consignment. They will abandon it. And I don't think government has any profits in selling auctions. There's no way you will not make more money selling auctions than the taxation and the duties that are attached to regular duty payment and things like that. So
yeah,
it has.
Sorry. Sir, I want to believe. I have participated maybe 2-3 times in workshops organized by the Nigerian Customs to be able to educate and bring up to speed stakeholders. So if you are saying that stakeholders just woke up one morning and bam, this is it, then is it that they put the cart before the horse, in introducing Biodogu?
I said in my beginning, in my opening statements, I said that any new venture requires careful planning. You don't call a town hall meeting one day. Maybe if you call the town hall meeting one day, out of maybe you have it's customs that license agents. Maybe the license agents that attended maybe less than 300. And you assume that about 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 licensed agents have been reached out to. The level of engagement was not enough. It wasn't enough. It was not supposed to be a one-off thing. It's supposed to be something that has to be gradually until a reasonable understanding is achieved. The engagement was not enough as far as
Sir, you said something about great losses. Are you inferring that the Bodogu has not really worked the way? Because talking to these customs, the impression we get is that all has been well. It's been going on smoothly to a large extent. Are you saying that a whole lot of losses have been incurred by the stakeholders?
In fact, saying a whole lot of losses is just putting it mildly. It's almost prohibitive. The losses are prohibitive. The customs will always tell you that all is well. It is their program. They won't tell you that what they started is not doing well. They will not say that. If you are expecting to get, you don't expect to get a critical approach from customs. No. It has to be rosy and beautiful because it's their program. They will have to convince you that all is well. So you don't expect customs to tell you that all is not well. They will tell you that all is well.
Then has there been any kind of midway in trying to ameliorate the effect, as in maybe they incur losses, make it a little bit less of a burden for stakeholders?
We are supposed to have Shippers Council as our help, the place where we are going to, as our succor.
Soccer, okay.
And I don't know to what extent Nigeria Shippers Council is doing that, because I don't know whether they really, that's regulation, that the regulation authority they are giving over economic, you understand me, being yes, to the ports. Yeah. I don't know the extent they are exercising that authority, because most of the, I know, in fact, I have a particular client who had just 5 40-footers. Within the period we were having issues of migrating the old
from 96 to Bodo.
Yes, it took us nearly something close to 7 to 8 weeks, within which our demurrage was nearly 40 million. It was nearing 40 million. And at a particular time, my client was saying, in fact, I think it's about time I forgot about this transaction and think about a new one. But the problem I'm having is that the credit I have been able to, facility that I've taken from the bank, you understand me, is I'm almost going to lose nearly everything I have invested in this transaction. So if we start talking about it, it's difficult to mention.
Okay, let me chip in this. Well, let me quickly ask this. Every time we've had a guest here, they've thrown stone at Shippers Council.
Nigerian Shippers Council.
So what is it that Shippers Council is meant to do for those in the maritime industry? What are they really supposed to do? Because I think they are meant to be the go-between clearing agents and the shipping lines. But what are they doing to relieve Nigerians of the burden of the excesses of the shipping lines?
I am a little bit at loss as to what is really inhibiting the actions they are supposed to take. Because if you look at their relationship vis-a-vis Ministry of Transportation, that's defunct, now Blue Economy, then the Nigerian Ports Authority. If you look at the things that come out between them, or come between them, you will notice that it appears that some authority
power play
has been, inhibiting one action or the other. The Nigerian Shippers Council has not come out strongly as we have expected them to. I don't know whether their staff are compromising the authority, or whether the supervising ministry has not done enough to make them take steps at ameliorating the problems of shippers. It's not particularly, client agents are more representative. We are not the major consumer. The major person they are supposed to protect are the shippers. That is the importers. Because they are the whole brunt, the whole bulk stops on the trader's table. A stakeholder, an agent, is just more or less like a go-between.
Yeah.
But the cost, the person that bears the whole brunt of the costs from beginning to the end is the importer. So I don't know the level they have taken the issues of the complaints of traders. I'm not very sure that they have done so well.
Okay, I know for sure that the high commands of Nigerian Customs have, in several occasions, engaged terminal owners. I know that for sure. Engaged terminal owners to ask them to step down on collection of warehousing, demurrage, and all of that. And I also know that there was a time, was it last 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, they said there was a meeting between the Nigerian Shippers Council and the shipping lines. And so, what do you think? What would you expect that the Nigerian Customs should do right now? Because they seem to be the ones that are really, really in the middle of all of this?
The issue of the Nigerian customs are fixated on revenue. They are fixated on revenue. Once they declare that there are trillions and billions in 1 week or 1 month, you see them going about junketing and telling the people how strong and how well they've been doing. So this particular Bodogu they have, you understand, is more or less, they are very passionate about it. They are doing everything possible to convince the government that they are doing well by declaring so much revenue. It tends to show that everything is well, forgetting the fact that some people, Nigeria's economy is almost dying. You said something about a blue chip company in Nigeria thinking about getting away from Nigeria. These are importers we are talking about. Yeah. These whole issues you see are part of the reasons why some of them are going. Earlier than now, they possibly didn't even envisage this Biodogu. They didn't even know that the problem of Biodogu is going to come to this level. Heavy importers like Johnson Wax we talked about. Johnson Wax at a particular, maybe as at this particular time, probably might have up to 100 or 150 containers within this. And by the time you get the cumulative cost, that is not even factored into the transaction they have, it becomes prohibitive. And some of the chemicals they bring are chemicals that are not supposed to be exposed to certain temperature. So sometimes they can't even clear them. They can't even use them. So the losses are quite colossal. So the customs themselves need to, at this particular time, need to engage some of these service providers. You understand me? If there is a particular period of time they are going to negotiate, that's what I mean by palliative. If you say, okay, let's give a round or a level 10 or 20 or 15% waiver for shipping company demorages and terminal demorages. Consignment from so and so period to so and so period. Because I'm looking at that before November, December, January, Bodogu and its problems would have. You understand?
I imagine that there will be a kind of arrangement whereby you say people that are normal importers like these companies we are talking about, let's say Johnson and Johnson we just talked about, they are regularly importing chemicals and other equipment that they need to do their manufacturing. I should imagine that they will get some level of trust, as in, and not being engaged in all these squabbles about a platform failure, and you allow their cargoes to go, and then maybe ask them to
I agree.
The necessary due diligence.
I agree with you. That is what a product they call AEO. Authorized economic, you understand me? Operators. They are given, if you do business over time and they discover that you have been complying, certain incentives are given. You understand? Yeah. But before the customs got very serious with it, what have been the losses the people had? And even when that product is given, some officers within the customs, you understand me, might not give in to the what they are expected to do. Okay. A lot of human
error
things that create error within the system.
Human factor.
Yes, are there.
I can also imagine, is it that there will be a kind of sabotage coming from the Nigerian Customs Service, their personnel who wouldn't want it to work because of the issue of boycotting, as in, taking away that human touch?
It's a difficult thing to say. A very difficult thing to say, because the human mind is so complex that you cannot make a general accusation. Statement. You understand? it is possible that some people wouldn't want certain things to be as perfect as the government intends them to be. But if the government is serious about what they are doing, every system needs a check. Every system needs a check. Once you have up to 200 people in a particular system, there must be a check. If there is no check, everybody is not expected to behave the same way. So that you don't rule out the issues of human frailties that come between certain processes.
All right. Our listeners, you're still tuned on to VOP 90.3 FM, and this is the Maritime and Border Show. Like I said, our phone lines are open. We'll be reading your messages as we proceed. You can reach us on 0700 903 903 903, 081 717 56338, 080 3692 9933. We seem to have our first caller. Hello, good afternoon. We've lost him there. Oh, he's calling
Another
back.
one's coming in.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Prince Chilaka.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from, please.
You have Mr. Bestman on the line. I'm calling you from Selefo now.
Okay, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Prince Chilaka, this government say all is well. And then GSK has gone. Now Johnson is going. And then they came out and tell us that they declare profit and co. And then things are getting worse and worse every day by the who is deceiving who here. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome.
All right, we have a message here, very interesting. It says the BODogu platform is a laudable project, but the timing and its implementation were wrong. The customs could have allowed the Form M registered under NICES 2 and those on BODogu platforms to work together to allow for a seamless migration from one platform to another.
Yes.
Under the new BODogu, you can store your work so that you can continue again if another issue comes up for
Yes.
you to attend to. There is no synergy between Customs, SON, NESA, and other regulatory agencies for a seamless operation in report documentation. Network downtime is always the issue in the daytime. We work most times early in the morning and say 1 a.m. Issues on a daily basis arises from BODogu platform. This is coming from Oko, Kano, Isheri Osho. All right, so looking at it, would you say that to a large extent, it's been insinuated in different quarters that the operators of NICES 2, may also not be too happy with the introduction of BODogu? I mean, do you share the same sentiment?
As they wouldn't want it to work, so that they can go back to being the contractors.
Any businessman in a competitive competitive environment must know that there is no free food even in Freetown. If you are in a system, the system has a way of checking itself, and you have a way of protecting yourself. If someone who is a business person is given a contract to run a so and so period of time, and in the tenure of that contract he realizes that the contract is a juicy one, he will not be in a hurry to let go.
Relinquish it.
Yes. So if customs assumed that they were going to take the contract away from Webfontaine and expect the Webfontaine to clap for them, then something I think they needed to look at themselves again. Not being a customs officer, not being part of those who engaged and those who are disengaging, I wouldn't make a statement that these people don't want it to work. It is customs that know what they want to do. They should be ready for whatever thing that comes. Every new venture must rely on feedback mechanism. All we are talking about now are supposed to be the feedback that the customs will have to take and go and back into their drawing board and redesign and create, ways of correcting error areas.
All right, so we're still talking about this P. Odogu and the challenges. So what would be your own assessment in 9 months? Would you say that, like the person who sent the message said that the timing was wrong? Would you agree that the timing was wrong? Because there can never be real time for anything.
I see the step towards Biodogu as a very bold one. Very bold. Absolutely a bold step.
And was it necessary too?
Yes, it is necessary. Very necessary. And what I expect customs to understand is that you cannot hold a child to the ground and be flogging that child, and at the same time insist that that child must not cry. You understand? I expect them to understand Nigerians, but they appear not to be showing any sign of empathy whatsoever. Because as we are suffering from the effect of Biodogu, several other things are being introduced. Increments in several ways everywhere. There is no area that the government is showing any sign of empathy to the consuming public. Whilst customs, so most of the duties.
Could you enumerate some of these other places?
Can you go? Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Scott.
Go ahead, sir.
You understand? I don't know what you understand.
You're talking about some other areas where costs have been added.
Already, customs have notified most license agents that getting a new license now is 10 million.
Yeah, but I think that is just a proposal. They have not.
I said they have informed. I didn't say they said.
It's a proposal.
That proposal is an information.
But I don't.
They have proposed that when the government tells you, I'm going to do this, they don't go back. The only thing is that they may not get to the extent they have told you. But the issue of doing, they will do. Most governments don't reverse themselves. You understand?
Okay. Right.
And look at what we're talking about, taxes. Tax there, tax everywhere, tax. Nobody is having any reprieve anywhere. As if we committed a heinous crime that we must be punished for. No, the government appears not to be showing any sign of empathy whatsoever. And you are talking about taxes, nobody is getting anything free. Our general hospitals, you go there, you rarely see any.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Prince Chinaka and Cream.
Your name, sir, where you're calling from, please?
My name is Mr. Humphrey.
Okay. Where are you calling from, sir?
Yes, what I want to say is that this tax is too much now in Nigeria's head. Our neck is bending because of taxes. See, they are taking money from banks, from our accounts. Each time they send a text message, they deduct money from our account. So this time around now, they are talking about fuel. When a citizen buy a product, then you will pay 500 or so, depending how much you spend to buy the product. So I don't think that other countries are doing like this. One person pay a tax of so many. So how
Hello.
and progress? So I don't know. Are there really other countries? Are they dealing with the tax? And what is our gain? Like me, since I was born, I never gained anything from any government, from local government to state government to federal government. I never gained anything. You know? So I don't know. Nigeria, I don't know where we are going. So Nigeria, rise up and speak. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, if you talk about, like I said, the tax consultants and everybody, they've come out to say that the 500 naira on tax for every 10,000 naira spent will not come into effect until the minister says so. So let us hope that the minister will listen to Nigerians. Hello, good afternoon. Please, can you turn the... Good
Hello.
afternoon. Yeah, your
Good
name
afternoon.
and where you're calling from, please.
This is Chief Joseph Okando.
You're welcome.
I'm
Sir.
calling from Okrafon, Badagry.
Oh, you're welcome,
Right.
sir.
Let's
Go
have your
ahead,
thoughts, sir.
Yeah, Fire Sujubong. Nda Wanuku. I'm happy to hear your voice there.
Thank you.
With what you are, the answer you will giving to all the questions and issues at stake, I think it shows that you are one of the stakeholders in the industry. So the area I want to speak about is the shipper council issue that you mentioned. Shipper council they have not been able to play any role to, give assurance to operators in that field, because it's like they have overlapping authority or exertion between MPA and they themselves. So the claim agent is the one suffering all these lapses that you are seeing in the port. I know you are an experienced agent too. And what more worrisome too is that the customs who license the agents don't take them serious. They have given us a picture that all the associations they are all working on their own, each person on his own. So they have made the agents that we are not cohesive. We are not speaking with one voice, and that is why, like you are complaining about the implementation of Odogu. Only few will go for the conference and they will come back. The message will not reach out to others, and that is the confusion we are facing in that operational area. So the issue I'm saying now is that the customs, they should make sure they put the agents into their picture, because Minister of Transport too at the time came to play a role by registering this CRFN, which has nothing to do with the core customs agent's duty. Customs agent's duty is facilitating the collection of revenue for federal government. We are not into transport. So the confusion, until we streamline it, it will continue to sound as if the port has no sanity, because customs they will do without caring about the agents. The MPA and Shippers Council, all of them are operating on their own. So, like you are there answering questions, we should not let the government know that the customs agent is a key factor in revenue collection. They want to increase the license on what ground? And you say you want to streamline, maneuvering of duty payment, taxes.
So can you round up so that other people can also come
Okay, my dear. So my take here is that the customs should play it slowly. They should not push away the agents by increasing this license every time they want to increase.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Sir, we're trying to play the devil's advocate here. Is it that the government also probably want to do what had been tried before?
How do you mean?
Maybe allow the importers to come over and clear their goods by themselves with the customs, leaving out the middlemen like yourselves, the licensed customs agents and the freight orders.
Well, the government...
By this action they have...
if the government is very wise, they will understand that the reason for insisting that somebody who is going to work in that sphere of the economy has to be licensed. The reason is that the government has to hold you accountable, because it's a very sensitive area. As an agent, clearing agency is a local business. It's not international business. It's only a strand of the chain that connects the international trade.
Okay.
But it's a local business. So for you to be a licensed agent, the reason why they licensed you is to work with the customs to ensure that things that are inimical things that are not friendly to the safety and the growth of the economy, the economy of the country are not brought in. An agent is supposed to be a super and support security agent.
But sir, sorry, I'd like to counter that a bit, because right now, with what is happening, we're having the international people coming in to become agents.
Yes, because the Nigerian government, okay. You see, the problem we have in Nigeria is that majority of our authorities and ministries, we are just handed over ministries from the colonizers. Majority of their everything, in fact, all their modus operandi and vivendi are almost styled after the colonizers. They have not been Nigerianized.
Please, can you? I mean, we need to understand. This is how many years.
The average civil servant of Nigeria sees the civilian like the colonizer saw Africans.
You are talking about their mentality.
Yes, they see this we and them relationship continues. Even a custom officer, as old as I am, I can walk into an officer's office and he walks me out. Get out of my office.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, I'll still call back because Udibo has hit the real issue. The customs don't regard the agents like he said. We are super agent. I mean, security agents. There was an indigenization decree that makes it that no foreigner should come in and do such business in Nigeria. But you can see that even our customs are allowing foreigners to come and do this door-to-door clearing. And you are talking about arms proliferation and every other thing, smuggling of goods. While the international people, when they come into the office, they give them more attention than the indigenous agents. So these are the dangers that follows it, and they are trying to increase the money to 10 million or anything. What is that fair for? What is that increase for?
Thank you, sir.
We are running out of time.
We're running out of time. I have a question for you, sir.
Yeah.
You've talked about clearing agents, and I keep asking, why is it that importers most times don't really declare what they're carrying to their agents?
If an importer does not declare what he's having to the agent, the importer is at as a risk.
Okay, this is our last caller. Just hold on, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please, your name and where you're calling from. You have just about 30 seconds, please.
Thank you. My name is Babu, and I'm calling from Oshodi. There's something I want us to understand in Nigeria. No big grammar, not for big grammar this afternoon. You know what happened in, what is it called?
Nepal.
And one again happened in Kenya.
Nepal.
Nepal.
Let us be careful in Nigeria. The way Nigeria is moving now, everybody is serious with whatever is doing. Let this government not push us to the wall. Everybody is hungry. Everybody is angry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We run out of time. All right, sir. We've run out of time. Can we have your closing part, your parting shot?
Sincerely, I am passionate about our country. And I must say, we have one of the best customs. When I met customs, I met them as one of the best organizations we had in Nigeria, because they had a way they dealt with inflation. But by the time customs now they came under Ministry of Finance, and they turned them into an absolute revenue collection organ. The attention now shifted from every other thing and concentrated on revenue generation. It even endangers security, which used to be one of the major areas, and then quality. Customs used to emphasize security and quality. But now, for as long as an area is generating revenue, the CAC is doing well.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you.
We hope to have you here again. It's been wonderful talking to you. My name is Dili Utomi, and this is the Voice of the People Radio 90.3 FM. With me is...
Yes, it's time for us to go. This is the Maritime and Border Show, and we've been speaking with Chief Pius. And we've been looking at the Biodogo since inception, 9 months down the line, and he has opened our eyes to a lot of things. And I hope and I pray that the Nigerian customs will